So I'm going to be that guy, and I'm going to tell the truth, even though I know it's the unpopular opinion. The Para app did nothing for DoorDashers. I know there's a lot of people out there that think, oh, I make so much more money doing the DoorDash. That's bullshit. The Para app is a crutch. If you don't know which orders are good or bad orders depending on the tip, if you can't just look at the order, the mileage, and tell what's going to be a good tip and what's going to be a bad tip, I'm sorry, DoorDashing is probably just not for you. We tried the Para app for over 100 deliveries, and I was never surprised a single time. There was never a time where I was like, oh man, I'm glad I had the Para app. Glad I had that Para app there, because I would have never known about that tip. It never did anything for me. Again, it's a crutch. You don't need it, and also it's going to hurt you in the long run, and I'm going to tell you why. Number two is that it kills the market, right? It's something that makes the market inefficient. And I'm going to say this. I've dashed in big cities like Chicago. I've dashed in small towns of populations of less than 50,000. I've dashed, in the South of America. I've dashed in the Midwest, of course. I have dashed, in mountainous regions, rainy, snow, I've dashed in it all. And the one thing that I have really noticed is, to be honest, is that there are efficient markets and inefficient markets. And I don't want to confuse busy, very busy, not busy. That's not efficiency. Efficiency is when you have a lot of orders that are high paying orders, right? And you have a good amount of dashers that work in that area. That's efficiency. As an example, this is just an example. The area that I did in Nashville, the area that I delivered in Nashville was a very, very inefficient market. Now, it was very busy. It had back-to-back orders, nonstop, continuously, and that was kind of cool. The issue is that you get a lot of $4, $5, maybe $6 orders, right? Very inefficient. Yes, there's a lot of orders. They're not super high paying. Now, the zone that I did in, say, Memphis, very efficient, okay? A lot of $8, $10 plus orders with high-end tips. Very efficient. Non-stop, back-to-back, high-efficiency orders, because the zone that I was in had a lot of higher-end restaurants in that area. So it was a very efficient zone, efficient market. Whenever you have people that are using the Para app, think about what's happening for a second. You have a few people, and it doesn't take a lot, that are in a single zone that are cherry picking what they believe to be the best of the best orders. So what happens is you have these 5 people, and of course it's more than 5, but we're just going to use the number 5. As an example here. And these people are all cherry picking the high end orders. What happens? Well, all the rest of the dashers are left with these $3, $4 crap orders. So they quit because there's not enough money in it for them. And then what happens is then there's not enough people to take those lower end orders, right? So what happens? Well, of course, DoorDash is going to hire more people, right? And then your market becomes very inefficient. And the reason that it becomes very inefficient is because you have a lot of dashers, which means that your orders as a person, even with the Para app, eventually are going to slow down, because DoorDash is going to try to meet the demand always, right? And so even though you're cherry picking, you're going to be cherry picking from a basket of 10,000 instead of cherry picking from a basket of 100. And then the market becomes very inefficient, right? And that happens. And I've seen this multiple times. So that's the thing. When you use the Para app, what you're really doing is making an inefficient market, okay? The next thing to talk about is, of course, the restrictions. Eventually, DoorDash will be placing restrictions on certain things. They'll change it. They'll change the system. But most of all, they'll do what they do in the casinos when they know that you have an advantage or they know that you're cheating. It's called a flat bet. They will flat pay all of us DoorDashers. They'll change it to where we no longer get to pick from a basket. Everyone's paid the same universally. And we will be the same as the people that work at Wendy's and Pizza Hut and all these restaurants and, convenience stores that we go to. You will be paid hourly, okay? Because DoorDash is not going to allow you to cheat the system. They're not going to allow you to cheat and to game their system. They're going to create restrictions. And then most of all, they're going to flat pay everyone. And then you're going to be mad because you won't have a choice. You'll make $12 an hour. So instead of all of us making $25, $35 an hour, because there's a few greedy people, we're all going to make $12. Sorry, that's the cold hard truth. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.